All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about real music and doing it in real time for just a handful of real people out here, just like you there, right there, and just like me here. The rock media just, they can't hate We Built This City enough. They can't hate it enough. They can't point out something that is positive about the song. And I get it. It's a goofy song. All right. It's goofy. But there were a lot of goofy songs from the 80s, right? Nobody's really dunking on Never Gonna Give You Up, right? Everyone likes being rickrolled, but apparently they don't like being toilet paper rolled. Now, this is actually pretty humorous, all right? So you have to have a sense of humor, which people in the serious rock media, the people that like Soundgarden and Pearl Jam and all the stuff that replaced 80s music, they can't laugh at things. Now, this is a toilet paper ad called We Quilt This City. Now, I'm not playing the audio, but you got to go watch it. And you know what, folks? Even if you think this is the goofiest thing you've ever seen, and it is, it's right up there as being one of the goofiest things you'll ever see. The video has an ad has 45,000 views. That means that people are purposely going to watch We Quilt This City. And I don't know, there's Grandma. She's from 1985. She was there when the song came out, written or co-written by Bernie Taupin and Martin Page and a couple other guys who were, I guess, lamenting the club scene in the 80s in LA. That's what this song is about. Nobody knew what the song was really about, and when you sing it, you still have no idea what it's about. Now, of course, it's always mentioned she's on top of the toilet paper. It's just, folks, I'm just going to play the whole thing here as I talk. It's why are they so uptight about something that some of us enjoyed when it came out, right? So 40 years later, we have to make sure we sufficiently tear this song down because, the original Jefferson Airplane, they were countercultural, and this is just corporate rock, and now they're selling toilet paper. Yeah, apparently they're selling a lot of toilet paper with We Quilt This City. Now, all right, I'm going to stop. The words they use in this commercial, too, it's just a great parody. Much better than, by the way, watching Big Pharma pimp out songs like Magic and turn it into Ozempic. Much better. I mean, I'd rather have them. I'm gonna try to be funny here. I'd rather them promote a safe and effective product like toilet paper. All right, that's been proven safe and effective over generations, rather than these so-called safe products that they keep pushing on people. Weight loss stuff like Ozempic. Go look that up and see some of the side. They'll tell you in the commercial. Now, there are no side effects from certain brands of toilet paper. Actually, there are a few brands that do have some side effects, but that would be a whole other video. Now, what's interesting, right? So you've got Grace Slick out there saying, this is the worst song ever. Worst song ever. Went right to number one. Boom. Jefferson Starship in the 80s never had a number one song up until this album. They dropped the Jefferson and just became Starship. Now, those earlier albums with Mickey Thomas, by the way, are excellent. And they get zero airplay. So you can blame corporate radio for lack of variety, lack of understanding that, hey, people might remember like Stranger or Find Your Way Back or No Way Out. Those are amazing songs. I think you had Ron Nevison producing at least one of those records. Ron Nevison, by the way, did not get along with Neil Schon and Jonathan Cain or John Waite in bad English when he produced their second album. That didn't go well. Anyway, I want to share something else. So the reason I'm going to share this is the critics like to say, well, the early incarnation of Jefferson Starship and Jefferson Airplane, that was very countercultural, and they would never sell out like this. And it's just sad what's become of this, original Jefferson Airplane legacy. Really? All right. So you can see the title here, Jefferson Starship 2024. We built this city. Who's singing We Built This City in Jefferson Starship? This guy here. That's David Freeberg. He was in Jefferson Airplane in the early days, along with Grace Slick. Grace Slick, of course, says that this song is the worst song ever. This part of the band, right, had no connection to this song. They weren't there when Starship recorded the song later on. This is another tributary of the Starship brand, which originally came from the Jefferson Airplane Band, and featured the late, great Marty Ballin, who really nobody can replace him vocally. He was there at the very beginning, and he had a slew of great songs in the 1970s, which I'm not sure if these guys perform. Maybe they do. They should. Songs like Miracles. Anyway, so you've got David Freeberg, who's really not a great singer, okay? And he's out there with Kathy Richardson, who you can kind of see over here. Kathy is a great singer, and she sounds probably more like Grace Slick than anybody. I know Starship has a singer that kind of sounds like Grace Slick too, but I would give the edge to Kathy Richardson. I think she's a better singer, and I think she's kind of got that, I don't know what you want to call it, that attitude, sort of that dark attitude that Grace Slick had, where you didn't know if she was just gonna like try to slash you apart with fingernails or something. I mean, just, I don't know. But my point is, the original incarnation, this is what's left of it. And what song are they doing? They have no business really singing We Built This City, but it tells you something about the song. The song is mega popular, even though the media hates it. Rolling Stone hates it. All the classic rock outlets that love Soundgarden and Pearl Jam and whatever else came out in the 90s, and now they're calling that classic rock, they hate this. They hate the song, and they don't like people who like the song. So they should probably ask David, hey, David, why are you performing We Built This City? Just curious. I mean, this wasn't really your song. This was the next version of the song. This was Mickey Thomas and Grace Slick. Even though you were palling around with Grace Slick, Grace says this is the worst song. You know why they're playing this? Because people know the song. And you've got a whole bunch of casual fans. And I watched this footage, by the way. It's only got 109 views on it. Because David Freeberg is singing it. And it should be Mickey Thomas and Grace Slick, or Mickey Thomas and Kathy Richardson, or Mickey Thomas and the current female singer in Starship. That would be more appropriate. I guess the bottom line here, folks, is, okay, it's cheesy. The commercial is goofy. We quilt this city. I think it's funny. I mean, nobody has a sense of humor. And again, toilet paper is safe and effective. I don't understand why nobody comes out and bashes anybody when there's a big pharmaceutical product that's being marketed. Wow, isn't that creative? That's cool how they took Zempic. Huh? That's really cool what they did there. Amazing. No, not so much. This is actually way more creative. We quilt this city. And a little side note here. So Bernie Taupin, Martin Page, and those other two guys that co-wrote, they must have either sold the rights to the song, or if they didn't, they gave permission Why would they give permission? Either way, they're making a boatload of money. Good for them. They're songwriters. That's how songwriters make money. That's why Bernie Taupin lives in a very nice house, because he wrote a whole bunch of songs for Elton John. And he wrote a #1 song for Starship. 40 years later, it's being played every 30 seconds somewhere. So apparently, the corporate radio industrial complex, they're not on board with the critics. They're just looking at their ad revenue, as is the folks over at the Quilted Northern Company, who have made a song for the ages here. We quilt this city. Anyway, I wanted to weigh in on this. I've defended this song before. It's not necessarily a defense of what a great song it is. It's almost like, just leave it alone. If people want to enjoy it, I don't hear anybody going after like the Pina Colada song or any other goofy song that's out there that people love to this day. Just let people have their guilty pleasure and let them buy some Quilted Northern if they really want to. If they don't, that's because, the song ticks them off so much that they'll buy another brand. Or they'll buy the cheapest thing available. I would say in the area of toilet paper, you probably don't want to skimp too much. So, yes, I believe in quilting this city in lots of roles. I think that's the lyric. And it's funny, folks. Just enjoy life. Don't look at everything through a lens of, oh, this is so goofy and stupid. No, it's a good song, and it's still a good song. Is it my favorite song of all time? No, but it's not bad. So just let's move on, maybe. Hopefully I won't have to read another one of these articles, but it's never going to stop. What's going to have to happen is they ban the song because it incites violence or something. I don't know. They'll find a way. Like they got rid of Hit Me With Your Best Shot, right? Because, oh no, you don't want to target anyone, even though the song has nothing to do with gun violence. That's how we got rid of that one. So if the critics yell loud enough, corporate radio might have to start listening. And then, that's why you're going to have your CDs, because someday they might just start pulling these songs off the airwaves and off of these streaming platforms, which would be so ridiculous and dumb, but you never know. All right, folks, I've rambled enough. God bless you. Thanks for watching this. I know this was kind of tedious, but remember, folks, toilet paper matters.